Hello there. General Kenobi.
Welcome back, Falcon Squadron. Today we're taking a look at another prequel lightsaber. This is the Obi-Wan Episode III saber, which has some unique design details I'm super excited to share with you all. If you grew up on the prequels like me, this lightsaber has so much meaning. It was used in one of the most epic lightsaber battles. I mean, come on, the Obi-Wan spin isn't around for no reason. And in my opinion, one of the best Star Wars films. The saber was sent over by Nsabers, and if you want to get your hands on one and save some credits, make sure to use our code Falcon at checkout. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Proffie version of this Obi-Wan lightsaber. It comes in a hard carrying case, which I have grown to love, and let's take a look at everything we're going to get inside of the case. Inside you will of course have your Obi-Wan Kenobi hilt. You're going to have a display stand, your manual, which has all the directions on how to use all the features of your new Proffie saber, a battery charger. We'll go into more detail on this in a minute. Blade plug to put in here. The one thing I will say about the blade plug on the saber is it sticks out quite a bit. So you could try cutting it and sanding it down, or I do know there are some companies that sell shorter blade plugs that you could look into. You'll have your Allen wrench and retention screws to insert your blade, your Neopixel blade, and you'll have a pair of white gloves if you want to make sure you don't get fingerprints on your new shiny hilt. And if you are a collector and want to make sure your lightsaber is as film accurate as possible, it also comes with a pummel cap. What's really neat about this pummel cap is it doesn't have the bit holes in it like the one on the saber. So you can put that on and have a film accurate representation of this lightsaber. All right, you all, let's go ahead and take a closer look at this lightsaber hilt. You're going to love this so much. Nsabers sent over the weathered version of this Obi-Wan Kenobi Episode III lightsaber. You can see here on the grenade section all this beautiful weathering where it looks like the metal's been worn and scraped off. And this is super unique. Normally when you order a saber, it is just looks brand new and shiny, which is nice because it's like you're the first one that owned it. But at the same time, I personally love having props or collectibles, or when I go to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, carrying something that looks worn and used. Because to me, that's what the Star Wars universe is about. Like, this lightsaber has been through so many battles, it should have some scars on it. The saber is very film accurate, so you do have the weathering on the black portions, but then when you look on the chrome parts of it down here at the pummel and around the emitter box, all of that is very shiny and new, just like the films. To the actual emitter section as well, the kind of goldish section and the bronze are all very clean, and not much weathering was done there, which is really nice. I do love that. Unlike in the Kenobi series when those sections got a little more worn from more use as Kenobi was using his saber more in battle. Another awesome feature of this lightsaber is, unlike others, especially the legacy sabers from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, you can put your lightsaber blade directly into the emitter as is and not have to add another adapter onto it that is more clunky. What's really cool about that is you can keep the film accurate representation of the lightsaber while you're wielding it. Let's go ahead and get a little closer look at the insides of the saber. So to get to your chassis, you're just going to unscrew the pummel here at the bottom. And once you get that off, it's really easy to get the chassis out. It's gonna be right there, and you can just go ahead and remove it. And then it'll have a couple prongs there, and to put it back in, you just wanna make sure you line it up correctly on the inside. Now, this lightsaber does not have a USB to recharge it, so you're gonna have to remove the battery. Now, I found this a little hard, so I'm going to show you guys a little trick that I found. So if you have Legos, you're going to want to get the little tool that comes with your Lego set and just put it in these sections, and you're going to literally just wiggle it out from the top and bottom until you pop the lightsaber out. That's the easiest way I've found to do it, just because I don't have the finger strength to pull the battery out myself. So just a quick tip that might help you. Inserting your Neopixel lightsaber blade is very easy in this hilt. All you're going to do is stick it right in the emitter. As I mentioned, since this is very screen accurate, it's not going to go in very far, less than an inch probably. But they did a really nice job by putting 4 areas for retention screws in here, so it's very stable when you are doing any swinging or battling with this. Be very careful when you are putting them in, as they can fall out and get lost easily. I actually really love using this mat, which I picked up from Sabers, that has little ridges in here, so if any fall out, they get caught in there. And it resembles the crafting benches like right out of Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order, which I love. If you want to get your hands on one of these from Sabers, you can use our code Falcon there as well to save a little bit. To turn on your lightsaber, you will have the twist to ignite function. This works for both powering it on and off. It has smooth swing, which is super responsive. Listen to that. You're going to have your flash on flash, and with the tap of your auxiliary button, you will have your blaster effect. If you hold your auxiliary and stab forward, you will have your melt effect on there, which is really great. You also have a ton of pre-installed character fonts, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of these.
Kenobi.
I love the ones that also have a character sound profile when you turn them off.
Tell me, is this training?
My training? No. Always training. The universe.
Master Yoda.
You've killed enough.
This is pod racing. That is going to be one of my absolute favorites. You can't beat pod racing. Come on. Even if you don't love episode 1, you have to love pod racing. So those are just some of the pre-installed character fonts. There are tons of them. You all have fun. And the great thing about the Proffies is you can completely customize these. If you guys want to see a video on how to install your own sound fonts on a Proffie, let me know and I can go ahead and make one of those for you. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other features though that the lightsaber has. Changing colors on this lightsaber is super easy, which I appreciate. All you have to do is hold down the auxiliary button and then tap the power. You'll hear a droid go, uh-oh, and then all you have to do is twist your saber and you'll see it go through a bunch of different shades of each color. And once you get to the one you want, we'll go ahead and turn it back around to blue. All you're gonna do is press your power button and it'll select that color for you. Another great and easy feature is if you are out and about or you're practicing your saber spins, you might not want all the noise all the time, and it could not be easier to turn on the mute function. All you have to do is double tap the power, and when it ignites, it'll ignite silent, and it's just on mute, so you can work on your spins, any battling without all of that noise in the background. And that's about everything, you all, for the Episode 3 Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber. This is by far my favorite lightsaber in the collection. I'm so ecstatic to have it. If you guys want to see any other features that this lightsaber offers, make sure to check out the video above where I go over how to access every sound font on a Proffie saber like this. And don't forget to use your handy dandy manual that comes in the case as well. We're going to be heading to MegaCon this weekend where we will be using our Obi-Wan and Anakin lightsaber for an awesome photo op with Ewan and Hayden Christensen. We are so excited. So make sure to subscribe to the channel for that and follow us over on our Instagram where we'll be doing updates for the entire weekend. Hope you guys had so much fun hanging out, and make sure to check out the video on the side for another awesome lightsaber review.